Stupidity, guys. Today is Monday morning, the 23rd of September. Alright, we are currently northbound on I-49. Let me zoom out for you guys so you got kind of a better concept of where we're at there. Got Fort Smith, Arkansas, and I-40 down there to the south of us. Joplin north of us. There we go. Joplin's where I-44 is at. Or Carthage and Joplin are over there. That's in Missouri, by the way, if you're not already familiar. Alright, we're going to be picking up a load today, or trying to pick one up. Don't know if they're going to like this trailer, though. If I must be honest. So, I picked this trailer up preloaded yesterday in Robards, Kentucky. Delivered it early this morning at Walmart in Clarksville, Arkansas. Now, I left Clarksville about a little bit after 6 o'clock this morning. It's dark, and I figured, I didn't realize there was any issue with the trailer at all. But the chute on the inside, I'm a little bit concerned about. I'm hoping some shippers will say they won't load it with the chute in the condition it's in, but others will say, screw it, don't go ahead and do it. So we'll see how it goes, I don't know. And then on top of that, I don't know if my side camera is picking it up, but the reefer unit, the status light on the side of my trailer, when I went to turn it back on, because it was green the entire time, all the way till I got to the levs over here on I-49. I don't remember that town, but I had it shut off when I left Clarksville. I filled it up with fuel, and then I went and parked to burn the extra time. And I go to clean it out and start it up when I get done cleaning it. And then all of a sudden it's giving me an alarm code for low fuel level. Like, I literally just maxed out the fuel tank on this thing right before I parked and haven't even ran it. It's like, you can't tell me this thing is low on fuel. I don't know why it's doing that, but the indicator actually on the tank itself looks like it's correct. So it must be whatever signal it's sending to the unit itself. I don't know, or maybe a bad wire or something, or loose connection I might have to mess with. But so there are two things that kind of concerned me there. But we're gonna go ahead and give it a try. Aren't any real good repair shops in the area that I know of. Actually, for the reefer chute, even a TA and petrol truck stops will often reattach those. Yeah, there's some broken off rivets, but there's no such truck stop in the area. So I'm like, well, I don't know what to do here. Yeah, otherwise I'd have to go to like a carrier shop to get it done more than likely, and I don't know if there are any over here. So we'll do what we can. Worst case, I might have to find another local, I don't know if the Tyson shop over here in Rogers, if they'll touch it at all. But we're not going to be picking up from the Tyson facility. That's normally what I come here to Rogers for, is to pick up from the Tyson plant. It is going to be a Tyson load I'll be picking up, but I won't be picking up from Tyson. We're going to be going to a place called Don's Cold Storage. It's on a place called Easy Street. Yeah. It's really called Easy Street. So that's where we're going to be doing our pickup from. I've never been to the place before. I think I had a pre-plan to pick up from there before, but I think I got pulled off it for, I forget, whatever reason. Might have had an issue of some sort. I don't remember. Or the load canceled, or... Alright. So that's what's up. Alright, so on another note, in between now, here and there, we can talk about something. We'll do a little bit of trash talking here, okay? Well, not really so much. Well, Yeah, I guess you can call it trash talking. Alright, what is with this whole bullshit us versus them culture between long-nosed truck drivers and slant-nosed truck drivers? Now, there are people from both sides who just want to make a living and don't really give a shit what anybody else does, and will, let's say, there's the brotherhood thing where truckers will actually wave at each other when we pass by each other, whatever. To me, it doesn't matter who's passing by me. If they're paying attention, I'll wave. It's supposed to be a brotherhood. I don't care what kind of truck you're in. If you're pulling a trailer, if you're a semi driver, whatever, and you're out here trying to make a living, hey, hats off. You got, I'll give you a wave, whatever. But I don't know why, but the long-nosed drivers, particularly in general, not saying all, but a good chunk of them, don't look or wave at all when they pass me by or I pass them. And I'm like, hey, I know it's, I know there is a thing to it there with this whole egotistical bullshit. Because I see it online all the time on I like to say, social media forums and stuff, groups, like Facebook groups, or maybe on Instagram posts or whatever. You see the shit that gets talked there, and people take that crap for real. I hope that was. I thought I just heard that. Yeah, I would say I just heard that camera, the interior camera. I'm hoping it's not giving me any problems there. Speaking of, I noticed on my my pickup video in Robards that I didn't have the the footage for the arrival or dropping hooking, and I think it was because this camera, because it's a new camera, it's a Garmin 47. I replaced the Garmin 45, which is actually sitting right here. One of the pieces on there is broken though, and so it kind of wobbles a lot. Well, I noticed since I've been using this camera that it doesn't seem to hold as many hours of data as the 45 does before it starts overwriting. So I think that's what happened on that video. I don't know what just happened there with that beeping sound. I'm hoping it didn't. Hoping it's actually recording. Anyway, alright, so we're about 4 miles away. We're going to be using, what's that street called? Highway 62, that's right. It's one of the routes I can take. You can also take State Route 264, I think it is, back behind us a little bit. It's a short route over to, I think it's Main Street, whatever, and then come up Main. That's how I usually go to the Tyson plant. But it's a little bit further up north, a little closer to 62, so that's why I'm taking 62 instead. Alright, yeah, we'll stay here, even though I want to get around this pickup with trailer, but alright, what are these guys getting off here? No, they're all going to camp out here. Wow, okay. Anyway, what is up with some of you guys who have that mentality though? Like, oh, you drive a slant nose, you suck, you don't drive a real truck, you're a steering wheel holder. Or you're a steering wheel holder because you drive an auto shift and I drive a manual or whatever. Or insert whatever bullshit reason you have for hating other people. Who gives a shit what someone else decides to drive? If they want to drive an auto shift slant nose truck, that's their problem, not yours. If you want to drive a long nose, a hood as we call them, with a manual like a 13 or 18 speed transmission, knock yourself out. Now, me personally, I do prefer manual transmission myself. I'm not so big on the slant nose trucks. I mean, on the hood, on long noses myself. I don't think I like the sleeper. I'm tall, and the sleeper section on most of those trucks don't look like they're designed for someone my height. So I'm not really keen on driving them, and I'm not the biggest fan of the way they look anyway. So It's just me. I have nothing against people who want to drive them. If that's your thing, that's your thing. You know, if that's what makes you proud to be in a truck and driving, so be it. Doesn't bother me. You know, but I mean, have some fucking respect for your fellow drivers out here, people. You know, I don't care what you're in. Why do you care what I'm in? You know, that's my problem, what I drive. Yeah, and it's also my problem whose name's on the side of my truck. That's the other thing. You know, a lot of these hood drivers, a lot of times they're owner-ops with kind of an anti-establishment personality, whatever, or attitude, whatever, where, you know, if you drive for a larger company, you're a piece of shit. And you're below them and all that. Like, where's that? No, you're the piece of shit because you have that stupid child, like, that schoolyard bully kind of personality. What makes you any better than anybody else out here? If you just, I don't care if you're making more money than me. What the hell have you got to show for your life besides more money? If you even do. You know, it's, and as far as that's concerned, you know, I'm not the only person who makes money in my family, so do you really make more? Like, you know, most of these people are single breadwinners, and you know they have wives who stay at home and don't do anything and don't make money or whatever else. I'm in a different situation there. I don't need to. I'm not here to compete with anybody. I'm here to just make my own living. Do it the way I'm happy doing it, and that's all that matters. What my happiness is doesn't have to be your happiness. They can be two different things. But why people have to have this mentality that if it's us versus them bullshit. You know, you're like, and it goes everywhere too. Automotive brands, you know, especially the domestics. You got you know what? Ford versus GM versus Dodge. What the hell are you doing, dude? You're in the wrong lane, dumbass. And I'm gonna make sure you don't cut into my lane here. What are you doing, dude? Why don't you get your ass in the fucking lane you're supposed to be in? You're supposed to be in this lane. That's exactly why. We have a run-in, he's going to be the one at fault. If you can't come into my lane without encroaching, if you can't make your turn without encroaching into my lane, you're in the wrong damn lane, Penske. And that's the other thing. You get experienced drivers who get taught use the innermost lane. No. If you can't make your turn without encroaching into my lane, you're not supposed to be in that lane. You need to be in the outer lane. That's the way trucking companies teach nowadays. So don't sit there and fucking come in on the inner lane and think you're gonna fucking like try to barge your way in on me like that. That ain't gonna happen. I know damn well I was taught in CDL school, use the outer lane. And I know, and not just my school, but if you talk to any of the mega companies, their CDL schools all teach, use the outer lane. And that's exactly why I would have ran into him. And that would have been, and he was coming into, actually he couldn't make his turn without coming into my lane. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, I wouldn't, yeah, he's pulling a reefer, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to Don's as well. What are you doing hitting your brakes, jackass? You're like a mile behind the pickup in front of you. There's no reason you need to be hitting your brakes for anything. just makes me not trust you because I think you're going to do something stupid here in front of me. And I know there are going to be truckers who are going to disagree with me on that, but again, like I said, if you have a run-in with a truck in a turn like that, go ahead, have a run-in, and find out with the hard way which one of you guys is going to get the ticket from the cop for encroaching in the other person's lane. Because that's who the cops give the ticket to. They give the ticket to whoever encroached into the other person's lane to make their turn. I was able to make my turn without touching his. Alright, we're a mile away here. Okay, so this place here, it's going to be, from my understanding, it's pretty busy, and you got to enter from the south on an easy street, and then you might have to blindside to get into a dock door. And so otherwise, the other way is if somebody, maybe if there's open spots that are like across the way, like the staging spots or something, maybe it might be able to get turned around or something, or maybe there's drop trailers or whatever. I don't know exactly how much room there is there, but it doesn't sound like there's a lot. Let me get zoomed in. Now, my map wants me to turn right up, coming up here, I think of this light, but my onboard wants me to go further down to that next street down where Highway 94 is. I'm not sure if it matters that much. Actually, okay, yeah, there's this truck turning right here, so I'm going to go ahead and turn right here. So this is truck legal street here. It looks like this is wide enough where I can make it. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, and I see right there it says truck route right there on that sign there, so we're good to go. All right. Easy Street is less than a half a mile away. Now my load info says set the reefer to 0, but I don't know what they really wanted at. Since I've had times where they want where it says 0 on my load assignment, and it's something totally different from what they really want. So. Like when I picked up in Sunnyvale, Texas recently, it said 0, but when I get there to check in, they said set it at 34 or whatever. This is Easy Street right here, right next to the train tracks. Alright, this is the truck route. I see a truck route sign right here. Kind of doesn't look like one, but it is. Now let's see if we find Penske coming from the other side in a minute. Yeah, no, I might end up, obviously, if he does, I'm going to have a conversation with him about that. Hey, evidently you are an experienced driver who doesn't know that things get done differently now than they were when, maybe when he started. But then again, he's in a rental truck, so that a rental truck automatically makes me question if he's even even has much experience. I mean, maybe he does, but I don't know. I see a lot of stupidity from Penske people with Penske trucks, though. So I don't know. I usually usually take them for being not so smart and maybe not even experienced then, until they prove otherwise. Alright, let me... Is there a room over here next to Henry? Yeah, there's a spot next to that. In between Henry and there's a drop trailer. Alright, he must be the her spot driver. There, but okay, let me open it up just a little bit. I still need rotation, but come on truck, cooperate. Okay, no, I'm too much onto his side. Now I can see the line there. I couldn't see the line, so couldn't tell where I was at in relation to either spot. Alright, there we go. I have my head out to make sure he knows that I'm paying attention to his mirror. Alright guys, we'll get checked in here. I got an 11 a.m. appointment. It's 10:35 right now. Alright, we'll see how this goes. Alright guys, we're ready to dock in now. I've been waiting here for about a little over an hour and a half. Well, it's at 12:25 right now. We're going to be docking into door 15, which will be the first door past the past this extension over here. Alright, I'm guessing it'll be right by that drop trailer in the door or something, I don't know. Alright, yeah, I'm kind of iffy on if there's enough room to do a U-turn here with that truck there. Yeah, it is indeed 15 right there next to this drop trailer. Yeah, there's not enough room here. Let me go ahead and get my doors open real quick and then we'll blindside it in. Alright, so there's not a ton of room, but not that bad either. So we'll come, I don't know, I started my turn a little bit later than I normally would. See how that works out. Can't see can't tell what I'm looking at there. I mean, looking at the camera, it looks like I'm in a pretty good spot there, but trying to get the truck to move slowly too, but alright, so tandems look like they're positioned fairly well, but I'm coming in a little heavy, so open it up a little bit and we'll chase it in. Where's this guy even parked here? Alright, I'm looking in the hood mirror now. Looks like actually looks let me get the mirror moved. Oh, I'm in a really good spot there. Oh yeah. I think I got it here. Yep. Alright. Gotta get to the tractor to square up before I hit the I think I'm touching the dock door now. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, we want to be centered in between the two yellow lines. They're jerking on me, truck. Looks like it wants to move faster speed than I want it to go. So, oh, there we go. Alright, so I know blindsiding isn't ideal, but sometimes you do have to do it. And my opinion, when you have a situation like this where you actually have room, that's a good time to practice it. You saw that I probably saw that I got up out of my seat and got my head way up by the windshield. That's one of the tactics I'll use to help be able to see out the flat mirror. I'm looking for whatever gap I can between the corner of my trailer and the trailer that was next to me. But I was also using the convex mirror, the hood mirror, and my camera here to help see where I was at in relation to that trailer. I could tell from looking at the camera that I was looked like I was fairly well positioned, but I couldn't tell exactly where. I was a little iffy if I was getting too close to that trailer, but then once I was able to chase it enough where I could see it, I was like, oh, this is actually looking pretty good overall, but just a little too, just a little late chasing the trailer really with the tractor. Otherwise, the tandems were pretty well positioned, I thought. So practice makes perfect. I wouldn't say that was perfect, but it went really well, I will say. And like I said, you can't get good at blindsiding if you don't practice it. And sometimes, like I said, you are going to have to do them sometimes, and it's best that you know. You practice in a situation right here, like where the other side, I have room to work with if I swing too wide. There's that dumpster over there, but I'll be further back in by the time I'm already near that thing. And there's a good 12-foot width there between me and that dumpster. So if I swung a little too wide, I have room there, and that's why I chose to do the blind side instead of trying to find somewhere else to turn around and come back and side it. Right? Alright guys, we're done loading here. It was really quick. He was already starting to load me while I was still talking to you when I docked in, and didn't take that long at all before he was already done. Let's see if we can get some of this shit off my windshield. It's 13:09 now. So about half an hour, and some of that time was actually spent in the office waiting for the bills. So, no complaints on that end. Alright, let's wait for the shag driver to get that trailer docked in, and we'll figure out what Prime is doing. And then we'll tell you what we're doing. You know, where we're going with it, whatever. Prime looks like he's wanting to back into a dock door, but he doesn't have four-ways on, so I don't know exactly what he has going on. But him being over on the left like that suggests to me that he's getting ready to dock in. And I don't want to sit here and wait for him if I don't need to. And because I can already tell he's going to dock in with it. He's going to set up with his doors closed and then sit there and block the fucking lane to open his doors. Which you know is a big pet peeve of mine. I want to make sure my landing gear is going to clear here. God, that is close. Oh, that is too close. Threw my landing gear all the way up. My sand shoe, oh man, it was like just barely an inch away from scraping on the railroad track there. Alright, so it is a heavy load of chicken. Over 40,000 pounds. Alright, it is going to California. Going to Lancaster. Lancaster, about 70 miles west of my home. So I will be taking it to my house first and then delivering it the night of the 26th. And, okay, I do have a medical appointment coming up the 3rd and 4th, I think it is, of October. Or a dental and medical, whatever, and so I'll have to be set up for that. There's a pretty good chance I'll probably, well, I don't know that I'm going to be vlogging the delivery. I have done a couple of Sigma vlogs not too long ago, and I need to get caught up. And honestly, it's best that I do as much of my editing on my computer at home, because it is way faster than my tablet, and I mean way faster. When I do it on my tablet here, at first there's a chance that it might the graphics processor or the CPU on it will overheat and freeze up the program or the entire computer, and we're gonna have to reboot it. And then when it actually compiles, I have to do it at, it'll take longer to do. It takes at least as long as the video is to compile whatever section I'm working with. Sometimes I even have to break especially the rival phase of my videos, you know, that are usually 20 minutes long or roughly 20-25 minutes long. A lot of times I have to break those up into like 5-minute sections to keep the unit from getting too hot and locking out, like crashing or locking up on me. And on top of that, now when I'm on my new computer at the house, wow, it's for one, I can run it in full quality mode, and when I'm doing the actual editing and not have any problems. And then when it's compiling, yeah, I can have a 20-minute section there, and it'll only take like a minute or two to compile it. It's that fast, so it's way better. I'll do what I can to keep catch up a little bit, I guess, along the way. But so that's, if you guys see delays there, that's probably why. And it's sometimes better I just get it done at home. All right. Anyway, I on the 27th, just in case, because there's a pretty good chance I won't vlog it. Just let you know, I have a virtual court hearing in the morning on that day for a couple of parking tickets that I got when I was in New Jersey. You guys might have seen me posting about those parking tickets on my TikTok channel. And this trailer also, I mentioned the fuel level sensor problem. It indicates fine on the tank itself, And I know it's full of fuel because I just filled it right before I came up here. But it's evidently the computer thinks that it's low, and it's probably going to be a problem for the reefer monitor at Hirschbach as well. So it really would be best that I get that looked at. And then also the chute on this thing is in bad shape. I'm actually kind of surprised that they were willing to load it like it is. There were like 3 or 4 rivets in a row where the left side of the chute tore off those rivets, and then in the center part, the part that bows out. Let's see what this utility truck's doing first. Look like he's going straight. Okay. Alright, so the center part where it bows out, because it's attached to the center of the ceiling from the left and right sides, basically. And in the middle part, there are 2 areas that were already torn that have previously been patched up, where they kind of stitched together and back together. But one of those, the stitching is already coming back apart. So, really, that chute just needs to be replaced. So, when I get through delivering that load, my plan is to get it back to the drop yard and write it up, so our on-site mechanic there can replace it, and I'd get either a different empty to work with, or maybe grab a loaded out of there and get it moving or something. I don't know what they're going to want me to do. I don't know if I'm going to end up running maybe a load over to Plainview, Texas, and then something short right back. Or if I'm just going to end up doing local work. I'm running on recaps now, so that's the other concern. Even if I get back to California, how quickly can I get back over to, like, say, West Texas and then back to California? Will I have the clock needed to do that by the time I need to be home again? So there's a possibility to be doing local work after I get through with this delivery, right? So I don't know. Maybe the next video you see might even be me doing a local. We'll find out. I'll be doing something more than likely. Even if I just help out with like shuttle runs over to Quartzsite or whatever. I don't really care. Whatever they want help with, I'm game for it. So, all right. And on the other note there, I'm running on recaps. You know what that means? You're burning my clock. And if I'm burning my clock, I can't say I'm not getting miles, okay? So I know there are a lot of drivers who are former JCTs and or Hirschbach drivers who are complaining about not getting miles, especially the ones on the old JCT lease program, like I'm on. Imagine that. I'm on the legacy JCT lease and I'm not struggling for miles. And I regularly do run on recaps, so that's not necessarily a case of them intentionally trying to push JCT lease drivers out of their contracts and into Hirschbach leases or whatever. Either way, it doesn't matter what lease you're on if they want the truck to move. But if they can't do it effectively because there's not much freight, or you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, it is what it is. So it's not really affecting me. Like I said, I'm not struggling for miles. My only struggle for miles is really caused by my own issues, my personal stuff with needing to get rounded home for insert whatever excuse here, medical appointment, dental appointment, my dad died, my dad's in the hospital, whatever. All that's been happening over the last few months. Otherwise, without all that going on, I have no complaints about the fact that about whether or not I'm keeping moving. Anyway, I'm not here trying to brag, and I don't need to. I just want people to know that not everybody here is struggling for miles, and not everybody here at Hirschbach who's on the legacy JCT lease is struggling either. All right. I'm sure there are other people in the same position as me who are, probably doing as well as I am, if not better, and maybe they just aren't talking. Probably because they're afraid that people are going to get envious or call them a bragger or whatever, or get jealous, whatever the case might be. You know, I tell the story of my life. People think I'm a bragger all the time when you have no idea what kind of other skeletons I got in my closet as it is, but beyond that. So, and my wife does know. But, yeah, I do have my struggles. But, yeah, so I don't need to be sitting here and bragging about that. Like I said, if I'm doing it, then I know other people are doing okay as well. Alright, so that's all I'm trying to say. Alright, I'm out of here. This one's, I'm going to end up going south on I-49. We're going to get on westbound 412. There'll be a Pilot truck stop right over there on the right side. I'm going to scale it over there. And then I'll take 412 across to Tulsa. And then I-44 all the way down to Oklahoma City. And then I-40 across to California from there. Alright, that's the plan. Alright, we'll let you guys go, and we'll see you guys probably, I don't know, might be California on the next one. Like I said, may not be Lancaster, or might be somewhere else. We'll figure it out though, okay? Just stay tuned for that whenever, and I'll see you guys then. See ya.